Welcome to Shift, an exclusive podcast by DSN. I'm your host, Blake Mallon, and this is where high-performing entrepreneurs and experts share their most powerful shifts in mindset, skill set, and strategy to help you accelerate your business and amplify your impact. I challenge you to be present, open your mind, and let the shift begin. Welcome to Shift. I'm your host, Blake Mallon. I'm excited for our conversation today, but before we get into it, I just want to share a quick personal story with y'all. I'm excited coming off a big industry event I was invited to participate in just the other week, and it was amazing to connect with so many industry legends, icons, top producing distributors from across so many well-respected companies, some of the most deeply respected industry trainers, a variety of vendors. It was a cool experience. And I just wanted to start by sharing with all of you my favorite moment. And it wasn't speaking from stage. I love that. For those of you who have had a chance to meet and connect, it is a passion. I feel grateful when I'm invited to deliver a keynote on a topic for a channel I love, on something I'm passionate about. I do my best to serve and add value. Had a lot of fun with that. And it wasn't even meeting all of the extraordinary individuals that I had a chance to connect with, hear their story, break bread, learn about what's going on in their world. That was amazing. But the moment that was my favorite was I actually had a couple individuals just stop me and tell me how grateful they are for this show. And some of them were previous guests you've heard from and you've learned from. Some of them hopefully are future guests that we're getting a chance to spotlight on this show, and you'll get a chance to hear their amazing journey. But I love the way they described how they feel shift. And really to the credit of DSN, the platform powering these conversations, and what we're creating in terms of an environment that is truly a safe space, a trusted space where you know that everybody we're featuring on this show, they are the best of the best. They're the real deal. They are relevant and current today, people alongside you and I that are turning their passion and their purpose into community movements to bring amazing solutions, products, services to real consumers, making a real impact today, and individuals that are the good guys, to use their words, the good guys in this channel that not only want to see their businesses grow or their communities or their companies grow. That's an obvious for every one of us in our journey today, but really a truly unique set of leaders, of entrepreneurs that are coming together and sharing time and wisdom to raise the tide across this extraordinary channel we are all a part of. And I just wanted to share because that conversation really inspired me to just reflect for a minute and really feel how grateful I am for what we are doing here for DSN and the platform that we have, for the environment that we're able to create, for the individuals we've already had on the show that, let's just be direct, most people would never get access to. Their unfiltered journey, experiences, wounds, wisdom, skills, strategies, what's working, what's not, from the pure intention to move you, yes, you right now, listening, you and your business and your community forward. This just doesn't exist anywhere else. And I'm grateful that we get to spend time together. I'm grateful for the community we are cultivating together. And I'm grateful we're just at the beginning of the impact that I know we're going to make together through this community and the experiences we're sharing. And then the ripple, right? The ripple of the impact as we apply what we learn from these conversations. So I just wanted to share all of that with you. It's top of mind for me coming off an awesome event. Now, today is a shift summary. I love our time every other week where we get a chance to reflect on our guest conversations. And last week was absolutely fire. Jennifer Jones brought an intensity. You could feel it. If you watched this on YouTube, you could see it. She brought fire to the conversation, sharing her experience, 20 years in the traditional pharmaceutical sales route, made the shift to direct selling, absolutely on fire, crushing it in her own style and way. And I love how we could really just feel the passion and the intensity through all of the wisdom and experience and skills that she shared with all of us last week. It was good. If you missed it, rewind, go back and listen to the full conversation. Listen to it again. You're going to pick up some more things. Our time today, though, is where we get a chance to reflect and just extract some of the most significant shifts that I got from our time with Jennifer Jones. So that way we can not only reflect, but we can make sure that we're applying this to our business and our lives immediately, not next month, not next week, now, to drive results, to drive impact, to drive you toward your goals and your dreams. That's why we're here together, isn't it? First shift I got from our conversation with Jennifer Jones is really that money is a multiplier. Money is a multiplier. And we did a deep dive on her beliefs around money. Now, JJ used the term power when she described money is power. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you right now, if I were just to say money is fill in the blank, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Money is. What's the second thing that comes to your mind? Money is. What's the third thing that comes to your mind? Money is. Now, that's an exercise if you were to do completely unfiltered. Don't try to say what you think I'm going to say, or don't try to fill in the blank with what you think is right. What is your absolute core foundational belief on money today? Now, this might sound trite. It might sound obvious. But the reality is most people don't have a healthy belief system around money. And I love how JJ talked about in her world, money is power. And she went deeper on what that term power actually means in her life, which really was about freedom and empowerment, especially for women, raising the consciousness and the conversation around income and equality in the workforce, and how there's nothing wrong with talking about money and having goals about money. And you could feel that she has a healthy belief system when it comes to money that is powering her to go reach levels of success that most people aspire to be. Now, I use the term multiplier. And the reason I use the term multiplier is that's my belief system about money. I believe money is a multiplier. Money makes you more of what you are. And it's a multiplier at every fashion. Money creates opportunity. Money creates security. If family is important to you, maybe your belief system around money needs to associate how money can create an opportunity and a security and a safety for your family. Now, I know for most of us, health might be something that is core. Well, money creates better health. Well, does it really, Blake? Yes. Money creates better health. Money allows better food. Money allows less stress. Money allows investment in prevention. Money allows, investment, whether it be medical or wellness, whatever your protocol is today. Money is a enabler, a multiplier when it comes to our health. Money creates more moments. Now, you don't need money to create moments. I believe that. I think you can create moments without it. But let's be honest, money allows you the options to put yourself in different environments, to buy back your time, to have more freedom, to travel, to go to new places, to create new experiences, to do it with people you care about. Money can be a multiplier of moments. Money can be a multiplier of impact, allowing you to scale what you're doing in your business today, scaling your team, scaling your content, scaling passion projects. Money can multiply impact. Money can multiply money. Money can multiply legacy. Now, I'm giving you a variety of words to think about, not because you need to take all of those, but to get your brain thinking, what does money mean to you? And is your core hardwiring, your core beliefs around what money is, going to enable you to go build a business of abundance? Or maybe are you like many individuals that might have to do some rewiring, some remapping, some redefining of really what money is and can be for you? Because without a healthy belief system around money, it's going to be very hard, no matter how hard you work, in order to attract the level that you're going for. So Let's make the shift. Money is power. Money is a multiplier. And if it's not those two, what is money for you that's going to allow you to create the foundation to go achieve the results you're focused on today? Let's make that shift. Now, the second shift I loved from our conversation with JJ is all about how we put on the Teflon suit. Now, I'd never heard this analogy put this way, but we spent time diving into the topic of how do we get ourselves to a place mentally, emotionally, where we are less affected by the negative opinions of others. Now, I know this is not a new topic, but let's be real. When was the last time you were affected by your perception of somebody else's opinion? And affected can mean any spectrum of things. Affected, maybe you didn't make the phone call that you know you wanted to make, or send the message that you know you wanted to send because you were afraid of what you think they might think. Maybe you didn't take the action because you were afraid of what some individual might say. Maybe you're carrying the weight or the emotion around because you are worried about the judgment or the criticism of people you look up to. So many of our thoughts and our actions are limited because of this fear around the opinions of others. And I love how JJ said, well, how do we solve that? What's a practical piece of advice we can give to get better at this? Even if we're not perfect, to have other people's opinions influence us less as we're moving toward and designing the life that we want. And the answer is the Teflon suit. And the Teflon suit starts with visualizing yourself putting on and zipping up a Teflon suit. Like, I immediately have a visual in my head right now of what every superhero seems to wear, right? A Teflon suit. You're zipping that up. A visual of putting something on, a layer that lies between you and the external world, you and the opinions of others, you and the judgment of somebody else, you and the criticism online, you and what that person commented or said. A Teflon suit that physically separates you and the people around. You visualize putting that on, because with that suit, when it's on, those words, those thoughts, those posts, those comments can't affect you. They can't reach you. We went a layer deeper, and she said, have a mantra, some sort of internal mantra that resonates with you. She gave us hers, and how her internal mantra was, if it doesn't make me happy, doesn't make me better, doesn't make me money, then I don't have time for it. And she repeats that mantra in her head to make those other opinions from others have less of an impact while she's visualizing her Teflon suit. What's your mantra? Maybe your belief system can move toward knowing that other people's opinions don't have any value over you. Your value is not determined by the opinions of others. It's determined by your opinion of yourself. Maybe you believe that other people's opinions is more a reflection of them than it is a reflection of you. Grab onto a core mantra that resonates, whether you grab JJ's or create your own. And that becomes that internal defense while you're visualizing that Teflon suit. And then, like all things, she said, practice, 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 repeat, repeat, repeat. It is a muscle that we build. That's a simple set of steps. That's a framework. Visualize the Teflon suit, repeat an internal mantra, do it again and again until we build this type of Teflon attitude to be less impacted by other people's opinions. And while we're doing that, yes, we should get a little wiser and start to intentionally choose our circle. There are some people that maybe are negative, limiting us, maybe even to the extent of toxic, that we can physically remove, spend less time with, reduce, eliminate, remove from your social circle. But in actuality, it's probably going to be relationships that you can't entirely physically remove. So these tips, this strategy, this system can help us mentally remove the impact or the influence they have over us. the Teflon Suit and the system behind it. We can do that to make that shift. Now, the last shift number 3, really has to do with understanding that activity supersedes results. And I know that sounds funny because I know we all want more what? We all want more results. You want more results. I want more results. As entrepreneurs, as achievers, as high performers, we always are moving toward something. But here is the nuance. Our focus has to be on an activity, not just the outcome. We can set a goal of a result that we want. We can have a dream and a vision. We should of where we want to go. But if we overly focus just on the result, you're going to find that it's elusive. It's hard to get to. But if we focus on an activity, now I'm going to get more granular here. Not only an activity, a daily activity. Not only a daily activity within your control entirely, that when done consistently is going to generate results. Now, there's nuances there. A daily activity within your control that when done consistently is going to generate results. That's the magic. That's the power. Because when you have a daily activity that was within your control and nobody else's control, that means you have power in order to do it. And if you know that that activity done consistently, it may not be every time, all the time, but done over enough time is going to generate the results that you want, you have now a system or an equation that is guaranteed to win. Now, JJ took us down a masterclass in our conversation on LinkedIn. Matter of fact, I think she was the first guest that really went that in-depth on LinkedIn strategy as her preferred platform. And I'm using that as an example of this shift. And she walked us through on how LinkedIn, every day, she does outreach to create connections. That's something you can do on LinkedIn to connect to a broader audience. Matter of fact, she was joking, but I think she was very serious, where she said every day she maxes out her connections, the amount of people that now she has the ability to connect to. Then she serves consistently every day. She's adding value, contributing to her audience consistently day in and day out. And then the important piece that makes this an activity that generates results, she said, hey, don't post and ghost. Don't post and ghost. But what that means, and this is important, and yes, it works on LinkedIn, but this philosophy also works on all of the other social platforms. And I'm sure if you talk to people that are crushing it right now, whether it be LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, they don't post and ghost, meaning that anytime somebody engages with your content, they comment. Maybe they like. You have a new follow or connection. She makes sure to engage with them directly back. And she gave us some words that work. Matter of fact, a magic script passed on by Jessie Lee Ward. We've had her on the show very early on. Someone who's near and dear to my heart, someone whose legacy burns bright today. And I love that Jessie Lee Ward is coming back with her impact through the lesson of JJ. And she said Jessie Lee taught her a very simple follow-up message that you can send in the DM or in Messenger to everybody that engages with your content. And the message was, thanks for the connection. Are you simply growing your network, or are you interested in what I do? Write that down. Thanks for the connection. Are you simply here growing your network, or are you interested in what I do? Imagine if you DM'd or messaged everybody who commented on all of your posts with that, everybody who followed or connected or subscribed to your platforms with that, everybody who liked or hearted a post with that. What type of conversations are going to start? Now, sure, there's going to be a bunch of people maybe that don't reply. There's going to be a bunch of people that be like, no, I'm just expanding my network. And there's going to be a percentage of people with that question that say, well, what do you do? And now you went from a social post to a conversation, one-on-one, where you can move somebody through those next steps to the tools of your company, to the system that you're being taught. And now you have a process where an activity can be done daily that's entirely within your control, that's going to generate conversations. And law of averages says you have enough of those conversations, there's going to be a percentage interested in what you do. Now, yes, you can take a page out of JJ's book and do that on LinkedIn. Go review last week's conversation for more in-depth details. She gave us everything on how to really start a LinkedIn strategy, or take that philosophy and apply that across your other social platforms where you're currently spending time. Use those words, but understand the principle. You need to have a daily activity you can control that you know if you do it consistently, it's going to generate the result. Once you have that, you are guaranteed to win as long as you're willing to do the work consistently every single day. That's number 3. We need to make that shift. So there's your challenge for the week. 3 things. There were so many more on last week's conversations, but 3 things we got from JJ. Understand that money is a multiplier. Create a core foundational belief on money that is going to empower you. Know that Teflon Suit is ready for you anytime you need it. You got the system, the mantra, the Teflon Suit visualization. Practice, practice, practice in order to allow other people's opinions to have less influence and control over our lives. And let's make sure we have an activity model within our control that we know we can do to generate the results that we want. And I promise you, you do those 3 things in your business this week, you're not only going to feel better, you're going to grow, you're going to make an impact, and you're going to be moving forward toward your goals. Where are you listening to us? I'm curious for all of you. Are you on Apple right now? Are you on Spotify? We're also on Audible. If you haven't dropped by our YouTube, you can check out the video of all of our guest episodes also on YouTube. That is my favorite. So make sure you're following us on the platform of your choice. Subscribe, connect. Please take some time that if anything inspires you, if something resonates with you, if you just appreciate the time that we're taking to spend together, or you get something amazing from one of these guests, please drop by and leave a rating, 5 stars, drop a review. Let us know. We read all of that. That not only allows us to have a real pulse on the impact that we're making and how we can serve, but it also helps because of the platforms and the algorithms and all those things. These conversations get in front of even more people. It does go a long way. So please drop by the platform when inspired and leave a rating and review. And as always, you can go straight to the website, shiftpodcast.com, to find all of our previous episodes and all of our guests, and simple clicks to each of those shows on all of those platforms. And the last reminder I'll leave you with is this: a shift is a gift. The right shift at the right time can change everything. It can change everything for you and your business and your life. And you know what? It can change everything for the people around you that you care about. Who is one person that came to your mind or your heart in today's conversation? Who is a fellow entrepreneur right now, focused on growth, focused on better, who today's conversation can maybe give that shift that's going to move them to their next level? Take some time to share the show, send them a DM, send them a text, direct them this way. Help us spread the word as we continue to bring the best of the best from across the channel in an amazing environment to share unfiltered what's working today as we all unite to continue to grow this amazing movement across the world and make a ripple of impact in people's lives. Oh, and by the way, next week, don't forget to mark your calendar for Monday. Turn on those notifications. Follow the show. We have a brand new guest interview, an industry legend that's going to be on the show, sharing their experience and breaking down some specific skills and tactics that are creating acceleration today to help move you and your business forward. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, let's make the shift.